Come on, let's go. Hey, good morning. It's Mike Shunke with Berkshire Hathaway Homes and Shift-Owned Properties. Venice Beach. Just visiting our daughters here. A little surprise. My birthday visit, I guess, for the weekend. Anyway, we're going to talk about residential, we're going to talk about commercial, and we're going to talk about the economy. I had a little dip this week in residential listings. Single-family detached homes has 30 less. I think it's 1,648 single-family detached homes available in Scottsdale. Maricopa County is down 300. Things are moving. It's just we still have that price gap. Sellers think it's 2021 and buyers think it's 2008, and it's somewhere in between. So, if you price it right, it sells. But, a lot of things are starting to sit on the market. I saw a lot of price drops this morning. Like I said last week, we're heading into, you want to get your property sold by July. So if there's something you're keeping your eye on, let's make an offer. If we can make a case for getting it, there's some stuff sitting out there that's getting a little stale, and you never know the seller's what the seller's intent is. So let's pick up the phone, have a discussion. But it's pending home sales for March was up 6%. So it's busy. You really can't pay attention to the media. It's unbelievable. Talking to other agents this week and other brokers, just feels like we're doing more educating. I always enjoy educating clients and just going over the numbers and the facts. But we're doing a lot of that lately. Everybody's a little hesitant. I don't know, I guess they watch too much news. But, transactions are always going to happen. So things are moving, again, if they're priced right. We've got, actually, funny, we've got that new listing over off Sonoran Parkway. And I always tout, we are independent brokers, but we are with Berkshire Hathaway. And there's a reason for it. I can't stand Zillow because it's a lot of false information, but you look at, it shows you how many clicks you've gotten on your listing. And first 5 days, we had like almost 740 something views on our listing. Very similar house just down the street got 300 views. So, it pays to use an agent that has, Berkshire is really coming along with the technology. They're kind of revamping things. And I've always liked them. They've been good to me. I believe in the brand. I believe in the network. It's a huge network of agents. So it works. So we've got some other listings coming up here soon too. Actually, Old Town, 500,000-600,000 is good investment property. So, and working with a lot of buyers, but people are hesitant. Sellers don't really need to sell. Buyers don't really need to buy. Like I said, buyers are looking for a deal, and there are some deals out there. I'm starting to see some prices come, especially, I always say Scottsdale, the $1 to $2 million range. It's hot. If you're not sold if you're not under contract in the first couple of weeks at $1 to $2 million in Scottsdale, it's either your agent or something, your price probably. But I just want to touch base. We met with, had a meeting in Paradise Valley last week. FBI agent came and spoke and was talking about the fraud in real estate. And there's always that discussion, can you buy and sell a property without an agent? I hear it at least once a week about some sort of fraud. And actually, we get a lot of those calls to, hey, Mike, can you help me get out of this deal? Wasn't what I thought it was. And there's a lot of unscrupulous agents out there. I'm hearing that too from other, 50,000 agents in Maricopa County or in Arizona. There's probably 20 that I want to work with. So I shouldn't say that. But it's true. Just please be careful. Know who you're working with. And, if everything goes smooth, real estate's easy. Sorry, I'm spinning around. We're live, and this one's a little anxious to be in the sand. But, so that's it. Residential's moving. If you like something, let's pick up the phone. Let's make an offer. And that's the communication. The more you communicate with me, the better I can do, especially with land. I've got a couple of clients now looking for land deals. And the more we communicate, the better I know what their project is. And I've been through it. It's just experience, like I always say. Commercial, I saw some interesting numbers this morning. Well, commercial's picking up again. It's no secret, last year in commercial was pretty slow. Now there's a lot of private money that's starting to jump, get off the fence, and they want to buy. They're kind of following what the hedge funds were buying, multifamily, light industrial. Phoenix Airport is doing a $300 million expansion. Mesa Gateway Airport just came out. They had record numbers last month of travelers. They're doing I think it's a $200 million cargo expansion for their cargo, which makes sense. I'll touch on that in a minute. And Deer Valley's putting a $50 million private hangar in. So the traffic's coming to Phoenix. Phoenix is hot. I keep hearing it. A lot of businesses are coming just because it makes sense. Tax-wise, I had sold a group of storage units to a guy that was moving all his units from California to Arizona a couple years ago, and he was saving $100,000 a month just by moving his business in Texas, just by moving his business to Arizona. So it's a tax-friendly state. Driving over here last night, they're just building and building and building. Industrial properties before the scam deck, before pre-COVID, I guess I can say. Industrial properties were getting to $2 to $3 a square foot per year. Now they're getting $15, $16, $17 a square foot for industrial properties on the west side of Phoenix, and they're still building them. So that's crazy money, big money. So actually we talked to a guy the other day who does those deals. I don't do the $100, $200 million warehouses, but I know who to call, and I'm familiar with the process. And so yeah, Phoenix is just booming on the commercial side. A lot of small motels I'm seeing still. It's interesting to see that going. And here in Venice, a lot of these little multifamilies, I think there's some good deals. But funny, just touch real base. This one over here is for sale. This one, I think it's that one, $5.7 million. Property taxes are, I just looked up, $63,000 a year. So $5.7 million for that property. It's beautiful. It's real nice, right on the beach. I can't imagine what your insurance is, but your property taxes are $63,000 a year. In Scottsdale, a $5.5 million property taxes should be maybe $15,000, $20,000 a year. So I don't know. My daughter lives just a couple blocks over there. She rents a small place, but I don't know how kids buy places here. But it's fun. It's neat. Growing up, I always BMX and skateboard and motocross. I always wanted to like that Southern California lifestyle, but I like Arizona now. That's where I was going. They're building data centers in Arizona because we don't have the natural disasters that they have in other parts of the country. So you're moving your business. It just makes sense to, I can sell Arizona all day long. I love it. So I have one more thing to say there, but I can't remember. So anyway, we'll move on. Economy. Jobs number this morning. Everybody was waiting for this jobs number. And, it's funny. I always talk about the doom and gloom media, and Logan Metashari talks about the doom porn, he calls it. Everybody wants... It's almost like the markets were disappointed that the jobs number was good. And, we had a good jobs number. We had inflation number earlier this week was lower. And the economy really goes back to, are people working? And like Rick Santelli said this morning, everybody talks about this uncertainty. The markets have always been uncertain. We've never known what the rates were going to be a month, 2 months, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. And so there's always been uncertainty. They're stuck on this word, but it reminds me of when everybody was talking about transitory. The markets are transitory. Life is transitory. So, don't invest money that you don't have. But the economy. Stock market is higher than it was a year ago. The Dow, the S&P, the NASDAQ. Interest rates are down a little bit, up a little bit this week, up 3 basis points on the 10-year, I think. U.S. dollar's down a little bit, but it's still as strong as it's ever been. It's, the United States is in a good position. It's admired around the world. There's cash flows coming in, and people want to invest. So, don't pay attention to the news. Joe Rogan this morning said he turned off social media and news for 2 days, and it was the best 2 days he ever had. Just, focus on you. And that's what I always say. I take emotion out of your real estate deal. It's it's just numbers. It's let's get you where you need to be. Everything else is just noise. It's fun to watch, but you watch the media all day. They'll talk about doom and gloom and talk of recession. Well, I looked back. I did actually earlier this week did a little history research on videos and what was happening in the media in 2022. Interest rates were rising in 2022, and everybody was talking about recession and doom and gloom. Well, that never happened. So I don't know why they like to point that out. I don't know why people can't stick to the positive thing. I'm one of the most optimistic people, maybe to a fault, but I jump out of bed every morning and start the new day. So anyway, we're out here. A girl surprised me for it's my birthday this week, so I like my birthday, but surprised me. A little visit. We're in Venice Beach today at our younger daughter, and then heading down to Irvine later to our older daughter. I don't know what we have planned. I've got a couple meetings this morning, phone calls, and so we'll get some work done. And like I said, I'm here if you have a question, buy, sell. And actually, we're doing a deal in Iowa right now. We just finished one up in Virginia not too long ago. So all over the country, give us a call. If we can't help you, we know who to call and how to get it done. And we're here as your advisor. So whether you buy or sell doesn't really matter. It matters to me, but we're here to help you, and we believe in the long-term relationships. So my phone's always in my pocket. I'm here. Actually, yesterday on the way here, a client called about what a building sold for. So I was trying to look that up and along on the drive, and we have to work on that a little bit this morning. This little yellow one, this is 3.4. It's pretty rough shape, but can you buy it for 3.4 and put $1 million into it and get 6 or 7 for it? I don't know. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Have a great day. Like I said, my phone's in my pocket. If I can help you buy or sell or do anything, if you just have a question about real estate, the economy, whatever, give me a shout. Just hanging out with Ruby right now. Where is she? What's up, Ruby? And we're going to go back. I think the girls are just finishing up yoga, and we'll see what happens. But give me a call. My phone's always in my pocket, and I will answer it 99% of the time. So thanks for watching. Have a great day. Be smart, be safe, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.